Hi viewers. Well, all of my lupins that came in, I've pulled them out. I'm gonna go transplant them along with the strawberry that kind of worked out. So I got myself a couple of bottles of water here that I filled up earlier and a few tools. And a lot of them worked out for the lupins and the strawberry, except for the ones that kind of got a little too much shade. But for the most part, I would say 70% at least germination success. And trusty John Deere didn't take me back there. I got my water. It's going to be a hot day. And my breakfast. I had to buy kiwi, but not for long. Hopefully I'll be able to grow my own. But I needed a good vitamin kick for the morning because there's a lot of work ahead of me. And some Gatorade, of course. Replace those electrolytes. Yeah, I can't wait. It's beautiful. I mean, in 1 week the grass has just gone up like a foot. And yeah, we're heading out to the back. Come on with me. So I just started grabbing my strawberries. I'm going to put them down a row right here, and I'm going to put the lupins in front of it, closer to there. Kind of build a little bit of a barrier so the grass doesn't keep trying to leap over. But at the same time, I'm going to want lots of pollination going on, so I'm going to attract the bees and other essential bugs. And I'll do the same to the other side. And then slowly I'll just fill this in too. I'm going to, you know, put in something in there too as long. Of course, I'm going to put more grapes like on each post. So each post will have its own rootstock to kind of grow up. So right over there, in that little dip, I put in a few lupins. And lupins are great. So what I also did is I put 2 on each side of these pawpaws, which I put in last week, which are looking pretty good. And they're great nitrogen fixers. So when they get in there, I'm going to help add nitrogen to the ground. And hopefully my trees will accept that. Be all over it. But yeah, I got some green leaves and the buds come out on them. I can't wait to see these guys go. This one really looks good. So like I said, I just put a lupin on both sides. Lupin in there. And one over there. I'm gonna call this the pawpaw pond. So I was able to get a row of lupins in here. They go all along down the side there. Tried to not cover them. And I ran out of strawberries on this side, so short maybe 2 or 3, but that's okay. So all the way down this row is strawberries. And then I have my grapes, which I just gave a good water. Give them some juice. And they're doing really well so far. They look great. Some of those birds. Beautiful. Yeah, so I got my strawberries in there. And I put them about a boot length away from each other. See how they might go. And on this side, what I did is I just made a trough with my heel of my boot. And I put a line all the way down here. So there's a line, a little ditch here. You can see there's a little ditch. There's a whole line all the way down there. And I just lightly covered a bunch of seeds with dirt, gave it a good water, and lightly covered it because I didn't want it to smother it. And we'll see how that works out. So it's been just over 3 weeks, and we're gonna cut down our little, I forget what this is called, but we set this up a couple of weeks ago. So I'm gonna cut it down, open her up, and see how well we did. And I'll let you know. I'll show you. This is the apple. So we're gonna load up the tractor. With the cutting I just took off the apple tree, and I'm in luck because I'm gonna split it off at the Y too, and I'm just gonna plug that one right in the ground. So, and then this one here we still got to check to see the rooting. And here's my other little guys, a couple of cherries, apple, and we'll see how that one worked out. And then we're gonna put this white Vidal grape in right now. And then I'm gonna finish off some bush hogging and do a little raking, and I don't know, let's see where we're gonna go from there. So I picked up a white Vidal grape. I only picked up one because I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like them. I only want table grapes. I'm not interested in making wine, but I'll put that one in, and we'll scour around the city and see what happens when I find other grapes, other deals. And I'm gonna go out the back and I'm gonna do some bush hogging and take down a lot of the stuff that's left over. And I got my trimming stuff ready to go to take out a few stumps. Let's get on back there and get started. Off the top. So I'm going to put the white grape at the end of this one, and then like I said, on each post I'll find a particular type of grape and put it in there. I got the Concord because I like the juice and the jam, and I'm gonna try the white grape because I've never done it before, but I don't really want wine grapes, so I'm gonna get table grapes as best I can. I picked a little shady spot to come out here and work. I just put in the Vidal grape, the little white grape. I'll give it some water in a minute and we'll get the progress once we're on our way here. But this one here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right there, because I'm going to make this a plug into the ground. So I'm going to want some of that as rooting. You'll see what I mean in a second. Well, after taking the cup off of this apple cutting here, no roots, but it's still kind of alive, so I'm going to try and save it. I'm going to clean this off and nip it off, and I'm going to put some rooting solution on it, and we're going to go plug it back in the ground, see what happens. Hopefully she takes too. So the verdict's in. Doing it the way I did it was horrible. Don't do it that way. You definitely need the rooting powder, which I don't think I had when I did these ones. Oh yes, I did. But they didn't quite work out. Maybe I just didn't take care of them good enough, or whatever. But the one that I plugged in, the pair that I plugged in the back there next to my cherries and plum, she's still okay. So I'm just gonna go cut myself a couple of better cuttings, and I'm just gonna go plug them in and let them stay where they belong instead of trying to transplant them. Definitely need a different type of soil. I'm gonna use it to keep the moisture in, because they definitely dried out too many times. So yeah, not a good idea for me. If you guys do better than I do, then by all means leave some notes in the comments there, and I'll definitely look it up, but for now I'm just going to plug them in. Now I'm just going to scrape the bark all the way around that bottom crook there, and just maybe pluck that little leaf off of there, or maybe not. I'll just leave it there. I don't know. I'll just pluck it off, and then I'm just going to find a hole and I'm going to plug her in. Okay, so you see I skimmed the bottom off down to the xylem, and then the top I just kind of scored it up a little bit, and I'm going to use rooting powder. It's not the most natural way to do something, but I mean, I would like to get a good boost before in hopes it'll live anyways. So yeah, it's just regular rooting powder. It's a little hormone they give it to help it root. So we'll just give that a good little dose, and then I found a spot over here. Surprise, surprise, I even got a few more asparagus popping up, but I'm just going to put it on just the other side of that corner right there. So I put the apple tree down here by the asparagus guild. It's right there. That beauty. I hope she lasts. They were good little spy apples, or I guess that, yeah, spy. We'll find out. These are the original trees that were here way before I came here, so I hope they take. It's definitely a little windy today. Sorry about the noise. There's my big pear right at the back of the creek here, so I just continued on the line here and stuck that apple we just talked about, and it's right there. You can see it. See that little crook there? My little girl. So I'll come back in here and clean this up a little bit so that I know it's here anyways, and then I give it a water, just like everything. You got to give it a good dose of water once you put it in the ground. I'm all done the bush hog now, just going around picking up sticks. Got a couple fires today. Watered up those little cuttings I put in yesterday. It's beautiful out here. Look at all that green. And I put in my beds today. Just tilled them up, get them started. Gonna put some blueberries, raspberries, mostly bushes. Pawpaws are looking good. Pond's looking good. Got rid of all that brush pile. And then there was another one over there behind that tree right there. It's gone. And another one down by the big pear tree.
Happy May 2 for